Can you resume really quick? Yeah. Once again, what if there's two illegal entries? We'll have to see. Okay. Welcome, our YouTube friends. This is a special live that I'm doing today, joined by our TikTok community and our Instagram community. We're talking about the new executive proposed order that is coming from the Biden administration, specifically providing protection for spouses of U.S. citizens from removal. This is an executive order that, again, it's been announced. They will take several months to process, and it might be effective in a few months. It is not effective yet. And we'll talk about what it is. Those of you that are watching on YouTube, I'm also putting eligibility requirements, and I put it there, and we'll go over who is eligible. But the bottom line is that we are now live on TikTok, on Instagram, and also on YouTube. So once again, those of you that are joining now, this morning, the Biden administration announced some major protection for undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens. This is as big as DACA. So today is also the anniversary of DACA, 12 years for DACA, and we haven't seen anything like that for over 12 years. And so let's kind of talk about a little bit what is exactly like who is going to be eligible for this. So first of all, you had to be physically present in the United States for the past 10 years. You've been continuously present the past 10 years before June 17 of 2024. You have to be married to a U.S. citizen before June 17, 2024. You cannot marry now. We have a lot of people that are asking me right now, can I get married right now? You can't, right? It had to be done before June 17. And the reason why they're doing that they're putting a cutoff date on this. And obviously, you have to be legally married to a U.S. citizen. You have to prove that you physically been in the United States. How they're going to be proving that? You're going to provide documents like bills, employment records, and things like that to show that you've been living in the United States all these years. All right. We have a lot of questions here, so let's, I'll take some from YouTube. We'll take some from Instagram. What about asylum seekers? Asylum seekers, if you're married to a U.S. citizen and you meet the requirements, 10 years in the U.S. Before, you can do that. How about people married and they are outside of the United States? If you're outside of the United States, then let's see here. If you're outside of the United States, then you can't do this. You have to be inside the United States. What about if you're DACA, but you're not married? If you're not, this is all good questions from Instagram. If you have DACA and you're not married, then you are not qualified for this parole, but you might qualify for something else. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Let me see here. When would we know when we can start? It's probably going to be in a few months, at the end of the summer. Let's see. Questions from TikTok here. If I have DACA and I have a business and I don't have a degree, but you're married to a U.S. citizen, then you can do this. If not, then you can't really do this. Thanks, guys, for the hearts. Likes. I'm like 4 screens going on here. All right, let's see. For those that have a 601A, this is a question from YouTube. For those that have a 601 approved, can they choose to stay and take this route instead? That's a great question. So yes, if you already have a 601 approved, then you can choose to stay. And let me see here. This right here, be easier to see me. much better this way. If you have a 601 approved, then you can, what is here? Then you can stay in the United States and finish the process. You don't have to leave. That's kind of like the whole point of this process. If I have, let's see, did the marriage have to be happen before June 17th, or can it take after? So again, remember, the wedding has to take place. The wedding has to take place before June 17th. The reason why they do that, they want to set up a cutoff date, so people are not just going to do this if they are not qualified. In the sense that they want to make sure that they want to set up a cutoff date. They don't want people to encourage people to enter here illegally and get married. This is all designed to deter fraud. We have Catherine that says on YouTube right here, Catherine has been physically here since the year 2000 and DACA since 2012, married to a citizen for 5 years. How long do you think the process will take? Perfect. You definitely qualify. And remember, guys, what we're going to do here is, let me see here. Put this here. So if you're watching this on YouTube, use this number that I put on the screen, 619-483-45, to text to see if you qualify and determine your eligibility. If you're watching this on TikTok, as I mentioned before, this is for you guys. Use the link in my bio to use the text number over there to text me and to book a consultation to see if you are eligible for this. And also, those of you watching on Instagram, you can send a DM. We have a team that is helping me on my Instagram to check my DMs, so we'll be able to accommodate your questions as well. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. So, my husband has been here since 95, and I am a U.S. citizen. We have been married for 6 years now. Can we do this? Yes, you can, as long as it's been in the country over 10 years. How long do you get a travel document? So how long does this parole thing is going to take? Typically, like I said, right now we're doing this parole for our military U.S. citizen spouses, taking about 9 months. It's not that long. It's a pretty smooth process. But again, if you have 601s, waivers, do not cancel those 601 waivers, because we just don't know what's going to happen with this process. So we don't want you to cancel the what you're doing right now, and then you'll regret it. So don't cancel anything. And that's it. If you're watching this on Instagram, you can send me a DM, and then we'll let you know how to contact us for the qualifications. Otherwise, if you're on TikTok, use the link in the bio to book a consultation. Just use that text number. It's designed just for you on the live right now. And you guys on YouTube, I just posted the phone number right here, so you'll be able to use it and book it. Let's see here. All right. All right. Let's see. We have more questions here. I'm married to a U.S. citizen. My I-130 is pending. Am I eligible for DACA? I'm outside the United States. No. You can only do DACA if you're inside the United States, and you're not going to be able to do this new program as well. You have to be inside the United States. If your finances come on a tourist visa, can you get married? If your fiance comes on a tourist visa, can you get married? Yes. So if you come on a fiance visa, you're not qualified for this process, because this process, again, is only for people that came here without paperwork. You had to enter the United States without authorization. This is the only way that you can qualify for this process. Okay, so if you came here with authorization, you don't qualify for this. Questions from Instagram. I got an I-130. I married a citizen, Jamaica. I'm a U.S. citizen. Well, if your spouse is not in the U.S., they don't qualify. More questions from TikTok. We've got some really good questions. Do you think that the permanent ban have a chance? A lot of people ask me questions about the permanent ban. So we don't know yet. We don't have information yet whether somebody who is subject to the permanent ban is going to qualify for this. as well as people with the criminal convictions. What we know right now is that if you have criminal convictions, you're not eligible for this as of now. But like I said, once we get the actual final rule, we'll know. Um, what if you have double entry? Again, if you have double entry, it's unclear yet whether they will allow us to use the parole in place or not. I hear there might be some solutions for people that have double reentry under this particular program. That might be the savior for the double reentry people, as long as again they don't have any criminal records and they have one entry. Again, this is what I heard. It's not confirmed yet, but again, today it was just an announcement. We don't have a lot of details in terms of how this is going to look like. Double entry is a minor. We have a lot of questions about double entry. Have said how much will it cost to do the process? Please, the questions from Instagram. Please send me a DM. Send us DM on Instagram. We'll respond to you and we'll give you all the prices and everything. And also book a consultation to see if you qualify. Again, double reentries. They didn't say that you can't do it. Okay, that's a good sign. They didn't say that double reentry is not eligible, which means that we'll have to wait for further guidelines by the end of the summer to determine who's going to qualify. I think personally that they will come up with a provision that will help people that have double reentries and will help them. Question from YouTube: what if you divorce and you have kids and you've been here for over 10 years? You're now divorced. You can't do this. Okay. It's specifically, once again, I'm going to reaffirm the eligibility process, and it's on the screen right now. You had to be inside the United States for 10 years before June 17, 2024. You had to be married to your citizen before June 17, 2024. You cannot have a criminal record. You cannot be a threat to the United States. And you need to have the 10 years residence inside the United States before. All these things you're going to have to prove. Now, all the other things, right? Double reentries, all that kind of stuff, we don't know yet. Again, they didn't say that if you have double reentries, you cannot qualify. Hence, I think maybe there'll be a way. Now, if there will be a way, it means we'll be able to help a lot more people that right now are scared to come out of the shadows, right? So, guys, I'm sharing the fact sheet right now here. They just announced it today, and it's going to be a process. It's going to be a process. We got to be patient. And the most important thing is that you guys need to start collecting the documents that you'll need eventually, because it's going to take a few months. Those of you guys on TikTok sending me the hearts, the likes, the flowers, all the gifts. I wish we had that on Instagram, but we don't. But again, Instagram guys, please send me DMs. We'll respond to all the DMs. We'll get you on our schedule to see if you qualify. Arena is asking, what if you come as a B1, B2 visa and check all the boxes? Great question. So she's asking, Arena on Instagram is asking, what if I came on a tourist visa, then I overstayed? Can I qualify for this thing? You can't. If you came legally, you don't qualify for this parole in place. Why? You don't qualify because you can do it. If you're married to a citizen, you don't need this. If you're married to a citizen and you came legally, you can do this even if you overstayed for 10 years. You understand? So it's not for people that came here legally and are married to your citizen. Those people can do it already, like now, right? And those people that came here on a tourist visa and are married to your citizen, you guys can marry tomorrow. There's no cutoff date for you guys. What this is talking about is people that came here without inspection, illegally, and those people right now are stuck because the moment they set foot outside of the United States, they have to go to a U.S. embassy, and then they're barred for 10 years. And then some of them apply for waivers, 601A waiver, 601 waiver. But guess what? Those waivers are taking 3-4 years right now, right? So if I have to legalize somebody who's married to a U.S. citizen, they came without inspection, and they ask me how long it's going to take, I tell them 4 years, 5 years, even 6 years, right? With this process, you're going to be able to do it from inside the United States. If you came without inspection, you're going to be able to do a parole in place, which is much faster than any waiver. And the most important thing, You're not going to need to leave the country ever. And you're going to be able to get a work permit while you're doing this. You can't do the work permit on the parole in place. Right now, we have 500,000 people that are going through all these processes and they can't work. Imagine how many people are going to add to the job market by applying for this, getting the work permits, and you know what I mean? So it's huge. Let's get more questions from TikTok. Great questions, guys. You guys are amazing. What if you're waiting on a 601A? What do we do? What do we do if you're going through the waiver process right now? The same question I have on Instagram right here, and very similar questions on YouTube here about, do we stop the waivers? No, you're not stopping the waivers. Why? Because the waivers took you many years to process. Until you have an approved parole in place in your hands, you're not going to stop anything, right? So you'll continue with your waiver. If you're about to go to the interview next week, maybe you'll consider rescheduling the interview for a few months just to see what happens with this parole. It's not a big deal. It's not going to set you back too long. But if you are in the process of filing the waiver, if you are already in the waiver process, do not stop it. We have amazing questions here on Instagram. Can this law apply to kids of US citizens over the age of 21? No. This is specifically for spouse of US citizens who came here without inspection, who've been here for 10 years or more, who married before June 17, 2024. Somebody asked me this morning, can I marry today? No. I mean, you can marry today, but that's not going to help you for this law, right? Now, I told you, I made a video a week ago as soon as they announced it, and I said to you, get married, collect your documents about your physical presence here, and all the proof of your relationship ASAP. I told you guys, remember? I made the video and I said, get married ASAP. Well, some of you didn't do it, right? I have a client who was like, well, I've been with my girlfriend for 6 years. I don't know. Well, it's too late right now, my friend. It's too late. But those of you that are married and are undocumented and came here legally, it's going to be very good for you because you've been here for 10 years and you're going to be able to help yourselves. More questions on TikTok. What if you have an order of removal and you never left? Again, they didn't say anything about the order of removals. I would assume that we have to wait. Will DACA applications will be accepted? Now, let's talk about DACA for a second, okay? Let's talk about DACA for a second. Those of you guys on YouTube, I shared a fact sheet from the White House a little bit earlier. And in the fact sheet from the White House, the last paragraph, they said that we're going to take care of DACA as well. And I'm going to post a video about DACA on TikTok after this live stream, by the way, talking about this last section. And if you just join us right now on TikTok, please, two things. I need you to do two things. Share this live stream. Same thing on Instagram. Share the live stream. Make sure you follow my account if you haven't done so yet. If you're a YouTube subscriber, amazing. If you just saw me right now on YouTube for the first time, please subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos. But if you're on TikTok, follow me, share the live. Amazing. Thank you, Ksenia, for sharing the live. Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Gordita. All these guys are sharing the lives. You guys are amazing. We've got almost 550 people on TikTok, 113 on Instagram, 100 on YouTube. I'll keep, we'll do more lives later this week. Explain. Thanks for the hearts, the likes. On TikTok, remember, you're asking me, where are you located? Can you help me in any states? I'm going to answer the same question to all of you. I'm in San Diego, California, but I can help you in any state, all 50 states. We do this nationwide. All you have to do is, if you're on TikTok, use the link in my bio, text the phone number right there. If you're on Instagram, send me a DM right now. And if you're on YouTube, use the phone number I just put on the screen, 619-483-4549. Use it, text it. It's done for you guys. That's why I'm here live. Instead of going to the beach, I'm here live, informing you, speaking to the media, and doing everything to legalize as many people as possible. Our goal is to legalize 5,000 immigrants by 2027. 5,000 immigrants, that's our goal. Legalize 5,000 immigrants by 2027 using all the different things. I can come in the US on a C1D visa. Will this apply to me? Can I marry a US citizen? Yes. If you came, not now, but if you came before on a C1, C1D visa, C1, C1D visa is like basically it's a crew member visa. It's like you never entered. That's like you came illegally. Anybody that came illegally will qualify. Now remember, why are they doing this? Why are they trying to reward people who come here illegally? This is done, it's not a reward. It's basically done because they want to um, basically solve the problem of over 2 million or more undocumented spouses of US citizens who are currently inside the United States, but they have no solution. These families could be separated. They don't want to separate families, so they're saying we'll do this parole in place and will allow families to legalize themselves inside the United States. Okay? That's why they're doing this. It's not a reward for illegal immigrants. It's essentially not to separate families. And you guys can see Charlie right here. And I'm going to show the Charlie to our TikTok viewers. Charlie's right here. Small glitch right here. Oops. Here we go. You just saw Charlie, our little golden retriever, our lucky charm. And Charlie is supporting legalizing spouses of undocumented immigrants, just like I do. Let's take more questions. What if you get a felony at the age of 16? I'm 28 right now. Again, any minor felonies, we need to review them depending on the state that you're in to see if you can still qualify. What do you think Trump would do if he's reelected? I think Trump is definitely going to try to block this. He's not supporting legalization of spouses of anybody. What about those with I-130 approved, waiting for 601? Remember, guys, continue with the 601. Don't stop the 601 process. You can continue doing that because the 601, like I said, we don't know what's going to happen with this law. We have a question here. I had an unpaid driving ticket. It's a YouTube question. I paid it 10 years ago. I submitted evidence of being paid. Would that affect my case? No. Driving tickets, parking tickets is not going to impact your case. What about those? More questions here. Can you explain what kind of paperwork we'll need? Very good question. So what kind of paperwork we're going to need to be able to qualify for this? First of all, we're going to need proof that you've been here in this country for the past 10 years. And that can be bills from your doctor, any place that you went for work, your payroll, anything for the last 10 years. You're going to have to create a folder and go back in time because immigration is going to need that. Now, if you're not going to have enough evidence, your cases will be delayed, and then the results of your parole will be delayed as well. So start working on proof that you've been in the United States for the past 10 years. Second proof, you're married to your citizen for 10 years. Proof of relationship that you're married to your citizen, that it's a real marriage, that you're not just, not somebody's not just doing a favor for you to help you with this case. So proof that you're in a real relationship with a U.S. citizen, you need that now. Number 3, all documents to show that you are legally married, that you have divorce decrees. If you were married in a foreign country, you need those divorce decrees now because they're going to ask for those when we file for adjustment of status based on this new thing. Number 4, that you have a clean record, no criminal convictions, nothing. You need to make sure that anything that happened in your past, speak to an attorney to make sure that that is not going to be an issue. FOIA, order your FOIA now. If you don't have your FOIA is basically your immigration record. So if you were ever detained by immigration, if you ever had an issue with immigration, if you're brought to this country as a minor by your parents, something happened at the border, you need a FOIA. Let me give you an example. I had a client that came to the United States at the age of 5. And then the mother took this kid, left when the kid was 7, came back again, left again when the kid was 10. The kid doesn't remember what happened, more or less. Now they have all these multiple back and forths. Stopped by the Border Patrol, once fingerprinted. Mother didn't tell anything to the kid. He applies for 601A waiver. almost about to leave the country, comes to my office for a second opinion. I start questioning him, and the guy is confused. I say, let's not file, let's order a FOIA. We get the FOIA, we get the fingerprints, and guess what? I see a record of him being stopped at the border as a minor. I say, don't go to the 601A interview. You will not come back. You understand? So get your records right now. We have 3 months or so before it's going to become effective. You need to collect your records so we know what you have and we'll be able to work on your case. Questions from Instagram. I've been married for 5 years. I have 2 misdemeanors. Do I qualify? I don't know. Maybe. It depends what kind of misdemeanors you have. I've been married for 5 years. My literally English speaking, can't get visa easy. I have 2 degrees, but I don't have DACA. I've been here since 2015. Do I qualify? If you're married to your citizen, you came illegally, yes, you qualify. Absolutely. You don't need to have DACA to qualify. Again, a lot of people are joining right now. Welcome Instagram, welcome TikTok, welcome YouTube and Facebook. Okay. We're talking about the new proposal came from Biden today to legalize spouses of U.S. citizens. What do we need for that? 10 years in the country, no criminal record, married to a U.S. citizen since June 17, 2024, and physically present in the country for the last 10 years. I have 7 years and a half. Do I have withholding removal order? I'm a U.S. My wife is a citizen. I do have an I-130 approved. Can I apply for parole when I do have the 10 years? Yes. When you have the 10 years, you can apply. You need to have 10 years. Okay. I came here on a K-1 visa, but I didn't marry my fiance. I'm married to somebody else right now. Can I qualify? No. No, you came illegally. Remember, this is only for those of you that entered illegally. It's designed to help people not to leave the country and legalize from inside. If you came on a K-1 and you married somebody else, you don't qualify for adjustment anyway. Let's see. DACA have a lot of questions. Will my husband... Oh my God, I'm getting so many questions. I'm just like, my mind is spinning. I'm here for 26 years, single, mother, never left the US. Well, you need to marry. You had to be married before. Unfortunately, there may be other, like I said, if you don't qualify for this, guys, there are other things you can do. That's what I'm saying. That's why. If you're on TikTok, use the link in the bio. Send a text message to this number or the link, the website over there, and book it to see if you qualify even. Maybe you're just wasting your time. Maybe you'll qualify for something else. You're watching this on YouTube. Please send a text message to the number on the screen right now. It's designed for the live viewers only. And mention that you were on the live and we'll get you in. And for those of you on Instagram, you guys are amazing because the questions you send me are beautiful. And you basically, like Elizabeth says, I have no idea that the law even was proposed. Well, that's why we're here. That's why you're following the live. That's why you subscribe and follow my page. So whenever there are breaking news like that, you'll be able to see them firsthand. And if you're watching on Instagram, send me a DM. So I'll be able to get you guys in there. And yeah, you can also send me on Facebook as well. If you're watching on Facebook, you can do that as well. Now, more DACA. Do you think there's going to be some changes for DACA? Like I mentioned to you before, they did say something about DACA. They said that if you have DACA and you graduated from university and you have a degree, there'll be a special program to help you get a work visa faster and maybe a path for a green card as well. Okay. We don't have any information about that program yet, but that was part of Biden's White House announcement. Do you think DACA visas will be different than the EB3 H1B? I think so. Yeah, I think they're going to create special visa, a work visa for DACA students. Yes, I do think so. Should I wait to apply for advanced parole? No, you don't have to wait. Like I said, don't wait to do anything. As I told you, this rule could be blocked. It could be struck down. It could be changed multiple times. Don't stop what you do. If you want to apply for advanced parole, apply for advanced parole. If you want to apply for your 601 waiver, apply for your 601 waiver. Don't stop what you're doing. My DACA expires 2 months ago. Do I renew it or apply for a parole in place? Renew your DACA. immediately. You cannot apply for the parole in place yet. It's not yet law. It's going to become effective hopefully in a few months, but as of today, it's just an announcement. Okay? So don't stop what you're doing. Continue applying for advanced parole. Continue to apply for your work permits. Continue to apply for a 601 waivers. Continue to do what you're doing until it becomes effective and you can start using it. Then we can consider dropping the 601A. Um, okay, so you qualify and and just keep doing it. Do not stop what you're doing because this is not effective yet. Okay, um, getting my bachelor degree this December. I have DACA. You think it's good? Yes. If you have your bachelor degree and you have DACA, the Biden administration said specifically they'll create a special program, work permits for people just like you. Okay, they'll do that. So don't worry about that. I'm late here. Can you file for a green card while misdemeanor conviction? So those of you that just showed up right now, as I mentioned, there's a new announcement from the Biden administration. It's going to help undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens, and obviously you have to be here for 10 years, no criminal record. So maybe your misdemeanors are going to be a problem. Again, if you have any misdemeanors, you need to speak to a criminal lawyer and an immigration lawyer so we can determine whether these convictions are going to be actually a problem for you. Okay, we need to determine that. So that's why you need a qualified immigration attorney who's going to work with you and a criminal attorney as well to decide. What about the spouse of U.S. citizens waiting outside the U.S.? If you're waiting outside the U.S., this is not for you guys. Good question on Instagram. If you're outside of the US, this rule does nothing for you. You have to continue to do the 601 waiver and you have to continue to wait for the NVC to finish processing your case. And you're going to need to wait for a visa interview for you. If you're outside of the US, it does nothing for you. Okay. Let's see. Questions here on YouTube. We have really good questions here. Oh, yeah, we did this one already. I live in California. You can do this in any state. Is it impacting anything that's happening in the National Visa Center? No. Nothing is changing in the way green card process is going in the National Visa Center. Everything else remains the same. Okay, guys? So nothing has changed. Let's see what questions we have here. We have really good questions on TikTok. I have 17 days left for my 10 years. Well, and again, I mean, we have to look and see, you know, when you came here, we can evaluate you and determine. Once again, TikTok friends, if you're watching this right now, please share this live right now so more people can join us. Follow me on TikTok if you're not following me yet. And people asking me if I can do this in all 50 states. I can do this in all 50 states. We help clients all over the world. All you have to do is, TikTok friends, go to the link in my bio, use the text number there, and send me a text right now. And also, those of you on Instagram, you can send me a DM or use the link in my bio as well to contact our office right now. Those of you that join me right now, we're talking about the new announcement that came from the Biden administration this morning, trying to create a path to legalize undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens who've been in this country for 10 years, married before June 17, and are not criminals. All right. A lot of good questions here we have on TikTok, and I'm going to take some from Instagram. Please, can you say if the rest of the dreamers will get anything? Will get anything? Well, thank you, Nima. I appreciate the hearts, the likes, the flowers. Keep sharing, keep sending me those things. And again, send those text messages right now to book your consultations because our calendars are filling up really, really fast because we're trying to help as many people as we can. As I said, 5,000 immigrants we're going to legalize before 2027. Now, let's see here. What if I have multiple reentries? As I mentioned before, they didn't say anything about multiple reentries. So as far as I'm concerned, unless they come up with further guidance, we can probably help people that have multiple reentries. But again, it is not being confirmed. Do we cancel our 601A waivers right now that this is gone? No, you don't cancel. Like I see some lawyers posting on TikTok and Instagram saying, "Oh, 601A are dead. Stop doing 601." Don't do that. Some people are waiting for the 601 for 3 years. Sometimes you're waiting for them for longer. Why would you cancel it? This is not even effective yet. This is a program that has been announced. It's something that is going to come into effect probably in the next 2-3 months. But for now, everything is the same. You keep doing what you're doing. You keep applying for your immigration process the way we used to do it before. Don't stop doing what you're doing. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't stop. I'm telling my clients, let's keep doing what we're doing. And once we have this as effective and we start filing, let's see how long it's going to take to process and then go from there. What happens if when with the real ID, if I applied for the parole, can we get the real ID? Um, I believe that you will be able to get a real ID once you get the parole in place approved. I'm still waiting for an interview in Juarez. Can I just apply for this and not go to Juarez? Again, as I mentioned to you, keep the case in Juarez going. Don't cancel that case. And then, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. But don't cancel the case in Juarez. And it's very important you guys continue with your processes because, again, A, this is not even effective yet. And B, we don't know if Texas or any other state will challenge this, strike it down, delay it for months and months. Don't stop your immigration processes right now because you started it, you're in it. Why would you stop it? Let's see, more questions from YouTube here. Is it only for spouses and not for all? Good question. Very good question. Is this just for spouses of US citizens or it's for everybody who is here undocumented and have family members? This announcement today is just for spouses of US citizens. Okay, guys? So if you're joining me on Instagram, please post your questions. We have good questions here. We've got Sai. He says, I'm on F1 visa and my wife and kids are on F2 and my brother is a US citizen. Is there any way that my brother can sponsor and use this law? No, this is not for brothers and sisters, guys. This is just for spouses of US citizens, okay? Now, maybe there's going to be another program for parents of US citizens. It might happen. But right now, guys, especially on Instagram, we've got a lot of questions. It seems there's a lot of confusion. Is this through this law or through my daughter who is in the Navy? Now, your daughter who is in the Navy can already do a parole in place for you. Remember, the parole in place, sorry, the parole in place already exists for parents who are undocumented and their kids are in the military. They can help them, right? So that is already a fact. And if you're married to a Navy person or Army person, you can also do the parole. It's already effective. What Biden did, they expanded it to spouses of non-military. Now, somebody's asking me, well, what about the parents? Well, what about the parents? I'll tell you what's going to happen with the parents. I think the parents are going to be next. I'm telling you, you'll see. They started with the spouses, and then they're going to do the parents. Because right now, if you're a parent, undocumented, and your child is in the military, they can do parole in place for you, right? So they'll expand it to parents as well. You'll see. They're going to start with the spouses. They're going to see how that works. And then they're going to open it up for parents. It will happen. Trust me. Okay. So let's see. We have more Instagram questions here. Really good questions, guy. Married to a citizen for 14 years, but signed the voluntary departure 70 years ago. Have the 10-year ban. Is this going to help me? You know what? Maybe it will help you. I don't know. Because for the moment, they didn't tell us that we're not able to do this for the multiple reentries and the people that didn't leave. All right, guys. All right, let's see what we have here. We have a lot of TikTok. What about DUIs? What if I have DUIs? If you have DUIs, as of now, I don't think you'll qualify. But maybe they'll tell us. What do you recommend if I haven't started the process yet? I haven't done anything yet. What I recommend is that you gather your documents right now and speak to an immigration lawyer, and then they can tell you what is the best thing to do. Do we wait for this? Do we file for the parole? Do we do something else? I'm confused now. We don't have to be married for 10 years, right? No. You have to be married before June 17, 2024. You have to be physically present for 10 years in the United States. You don't have to be married for 10 years. Okay? That's not what it says. It says you have to be physically here. So don't be confused. We have a lot of people confused. It seems like Instagram is more confused than TikTok. And it seems like YouTube, they are asking me a lot of questions about people that are outside of the question, out of country. Can common law qualify? Can common law marriage qualify? And the answer is no. Common law marriage does not qualify. You have to be legally married, registered in a county with a marriage certificate before June 17, 2024. Okay, guys, you cannot, if you're not if you haven't been married before, then you don't qualify. All right, guys. So um, what I'm going to do is we're probably going to get some more facts, some more information in the next couple of days. I'll be back with another live, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, with some more updates. We'll come back here. We'll post the live. I'll post the announcement in the stories before, like today, that I'm going to be live later in the day. And so you don't miss it. I'll post the stories on TikTok as well. Once again, before we sign off, if you're on Instagram, send me a DM right now so we can book you guys for qualification. If you're watching this on Instagram, please use the link in the bio to send a text message right now to request an evaluation, a qualification. Send that you saw the live and that you want to talk to me or my team members. If you're watching this on YouTube, there is a phone number I just posted on the screen. Use it. Mention that you were on YouTube live. And once again, we are doing this because there was an announcement today that undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens could qualify for parole in place. That means that they're not going to have to leave the country, and they're going to be able to do this as long as they've been here for 10 years, married before June 17, 2024, no criminal record, and people of good moral character. So once again, thanks guys for joining us. Instagram, TikTok. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. And let's see here. Let's see here. I'll probably see you. I'll see you, if not tomorrow, we'll do a live the next day. Angela, I'm not marrying until the summer. Oh, you missed it. I'm so sorry. I told you guys to get married. I literally said that a few days ago. Get married. You have a rock, you don't have a rock. Doesn't matter. Just do it. But now it's a little bit too late. But we have a lot of people who are already married and they haven't done anything and they want to do it. So it is time. So that's what we know. Thanks a lot. If you're watching this, please follow my account. I'll be back maybe tomorrow, the next day, with more information for you guys. And together we'll legalize as many people as we can. Once again, guys, thanks a lot for watching. And I'll see you at our next live session, which will be in a few days.